Good afternoon and evening, guys and girls. Rob here with you. A little different background. We got the the books. We got the whole library thing going on here, and over there is a window now. Got my bookcase, got my printer, got everything right here. We'll get things kind of lined back up a little bit better. Be sitting right next to the wife right here, so be pretty cool. College football games this week. North Carolina, number 10 in the country. What's up, Philip Reynolds? Going against Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech's up 7-0 right now. I'd like a milkshake. What's up, Sean? North Carolina will win this ball game. They won't have a problem. They may be down to Virginia Tech early. North Carolina's number 10 in the country, number 8 on some polls. They will beat Virginia Tech tonight. Norman, Oklahoma. Let's see. Oklahoma is going to actually be taking on Tulane tomorrow. Oklahoma wins this one going away. And, the chase for the Heisman starts tomorrow. And the folks that like the Oklahoma quarterback, you'll have reason to like him. He'll probably throw 4 or 5 touchdowns. Penn State goes to Wisconsin tomorrow. Penn State. They need to win this one. They need to win this one to keep James Franklin's job. James Franklin is going to get fired possibly mid-season. This is not going to help anything. They go into Wisconsin. They're going to Wisconsin. Penn State will beat them. Alabama going to Miami. This will not be a blowout, folks. This will not be a blowout. Miami is a decent team. They're not terrible. Are they going to beat them? No. But it will be a 2-touchdown or less game. Alabama will squeak out of Miami with the win. Indiana at Iowa, 17 versus 18. This is maybe the best game of the weekend. I like Iowa just because they're at home. That's the only reason I'm going with them. Indiana, a much improved team over the last 3-4 seasons. They're going to give Iowa a fit. Iowa needs to win this ball game, though, to be legit in the Big Ten. Northern Iowa against Iowa State. Iowa State, a top 10 team in the country. In the Big 12, we know already Texas, Oklahoma's leaving. This is a team that if they want to be the real deal, do they want to be the Big 12 champions and beat Oklahoma, beat Texas, and have a leg up on all of them? You know what? They're a good team. They're going to roll over Northern Iowa tomorrow, probably by 40. Louisiana, Lafayette, Louisiana, Lafayette versus Texas. Guess what? Texas will suffer its first loss at home in 2021. Louisiana, Lafayette will go in there, and they're going to beat Texas tomorrow. San Jose State going to USC. This could be another upset. I don't think it will be. USC, I think they're overranked. I don't think they're as good as they think they are. They're 15th in the country. They won't end that way. They will not be ranked by the end of this year. They will not be. They win this game, but they're going to squeak this one by 10 points or less. I like USC. Georgia, number 5 in the country. They're taking on number 3, Clemson. Guess what? Dabo Swinney, you don't have your all-world quarterback anymore. Tomorrow you'll know it. They're going to be playing down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Georgia wins this ball game. Starts at SEC blowouts this weekend. They're going to beat Clemson and maybe off the field. More than 14 points. I like Georgia big here. Florida Atlantic against Florida. This could be upset special right here. Florida is not as good as they've been in the past few years. I think Florida wins this one, but Florida Atlantic could be a team that could give Florida fits. Now, it could be 51-7 by halftime. There's no doubt about that. But it should be. But Florida, I don't think is as good as advertised. But they're SEC. So you don't have to be good as advertised. They win this ball game by more than 14 points. But I don't think it's going to be real comfortable in the third quarter. Kent State at Texas A&M. Texas A&M, another SEC power. sixth ranked in the country. They're going to roll over Kent State maybe by 40 points. Montana going to go up to Big Sky Country. They're going to go up to Washington, going into Appleville. The Dub, Washington. They're a real deal. I think they're the best team in the Big 12, Pac-12 rather. I think they're the Pac-12 champions this year. I think they're going to roll over Montana like they never saw them. Go with Washington big in this game. LSU going to UCLA. UCLA's already won a game. UCLA knows what's going on. This game is being played in UCLA. I like LSU right here in this ball game. I like them big. Pac-12 teams just do not match up with the SEC. They do not do it. They just do not match up. You can put any Pac-12 team with with an SEC team. I don't think they match up. You can put USC with Kentucky. I'm telling you, they just are not as physical teams. The teams in the SEC are more physical. Kentucky might not beat them every time, but look at the depth of the SEC. Their 10th best team is better than their first best team. Texas A&M, Florida, LSU. Let me list them: Georgia, Alabama, Auburn. Any of those teams are better than their best team out there, which is Washington. I definitely don't think it's USC. Tomorrow, UCLA is going to get the pounding of their life. LSU, I think, goes out there and beats the crap out of them. Notre Dame this Sunday going to go to Florida State. Now, this is one I think Florida State has a legit chance of being competitive 3 quarters. Florida State probably will fade in the 4th quarter, but I think Florida State can hang with them for 3 quarters. We'll see what happens. Notre Dame wins this ball game, though. And let's see. What else we got going on? Oh yeah, I will show you my new setup here. So there's the wife's drawing. That's one of her pictures, and that's the printer right there. And this is all my games right there. And then this is Dar's setup over here. Her setup is right next to me now. So we're set up right here, and we've got some right there. And I've got the other map right yonder. I got to sit back over here, and we will have it set back up very, very soon. I hope to have. I don't know what I'm going to have on the channel here very, very soon, but we're going to have some stuff on here. Really hope Virginia Tech upsets North Carolina. Alex says I'd like to see it, but it won't happen. Oh yeah. Who wins Heisman Trophy this year? Who is going to win the Heisman Trophy? I think he's playing right now. I think Sam Howell, North Carolina's junior quarterback. He's only a junior, folks. Junior quarterback. I think he wins the Heisman this year. I would pick the Oklahoma kid in a heartbeat, but the problem is if you lose 2 or 3 games, you're not going to win it. You cannot win 2 or 3 ball games and win the Heisman. Look at Carolina's. They're playing. They're not playing Clemson, but they are playing Notre Dame. That's pretty much it. Georgia Tech. They've got Miami too on the schedule. But you like Bryce Young, Alabama? We'll see about it. To me, he's got. I think he's got some learning to do. I think he's going to have a learning curve. But Sam Howell of North Carolina, he's my pick for the Heisman Trophy winner. I think he'll win. Rattler, look, he's probably the best pro quarterback to come out of here this year. Rattler, but I don't think he wins it just due to the fact I don't think an 8-3 or 9-4 team. 8-4, 9-3 team is going to win the Heisman. I don't think so. I think you got to be better than that. Oklahoma, he's a great quarterback, yes, but they're going to get beat. I think Dario King from Miami will win. Well, that's the problem with Miami. Look at Miami's schedule. Miami is stacked with tough teams. Who will be the best wide receiver this season? You know what? I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. That's going to hurt Miami though. They're gonna lose. You know, they've got Clemson, I think, on the schedule. I think they got Notre Dame on the schedule. Miami's got a tough schedule. You can't win 4 or 5 games and win. I don't think win the Heisman. Just had dinner with the boy. He will play tomorrow on special teams. And when they go to a full wide package, what's up, Frank? What channel, Frank? Are they going to be on? Are they going to be anywhere? Tell us what network we can watch them at. If they're going to be on a network. Go Buckeyes. Nah, I'm not going to go Buckeyes. They won last night, but they had a tough time. What Mount St. Joseph? Is that what Mount St. Mary? Mount St. Joseph's. I think that's what you told us. What is their television schedule? What is their computer? I mean, are they going to be on ESPN3? Will they be on FS1? And man, it's so many channels to pick from now. It's crazy. It really is. It's nuts. Crazy stuff. And it should be some good ball games tomorrow. I still say the Indiana Iowa game will be the best game of all tomorrow. It may not be the most interesting, but I think it'll be the closest game anyway. The only reason I hope North Carolina loses is because I despise the Tar Heels. No network, very small, D3 school. Okay, we got you. All right, Frank. Tomorrow, we may even be on. What time they start? What time they start, Frank? Are you going to the game, number one? So give us a start time and a yes or no whether you're going to the game. How about that? We'll end it with that. Also, if you have Legends of Wrestling, you have bootleg sets, MWA, any bootleg sets, get back to me about it. Frank's looking for some. I know he'd be very, very, very interested in having some bootleg wrestlers, especially NWA wrestlers. So get back to me if you have them. Perhaps Roger Ward may have some. I don't know. Roger, if you do have any bootleg Legends of Wrestling wrestlers, NWA, any of them, get back to me about it. Frank Wainscott is wanting some. So, yeah. I have Georgia beating Clemson. I do too. I think Georgia beats them by more than 10 points. I agree with you. Clemson's defense is going to be good. Clemson's offense is going to be scattered. They're going to have a big-time problem. North Carolina, I still say, beats Virginia Tech by more than 14 today. They're down 7-0 last I heard, about halfway through the first quarter. Nothing to be alarmed with if you're a Carolina fan. I'm happy I'm a Virginia Tech fan, but I don't think it keeps up. James Franklin, Penn State's coach, will be fired maybe before the end of the season, but I say at the end of the season, he's gone. Justin Fuente, Virginia Tech's coach, he will be gone. They've never fired a coach in midseason in the last 50 years. Virginia Tech hasn't. They've only had a program for about 50 years, pretty much, low end anyway. I say Justin Fuentes may be the first midseason coach fired ever by Virginia Tech. I think it happens this year. I don't think they're going to put up with 0-4, 1-5. But if they keep playing and they do beat number 10 North Carolina, that's a real feather in his cap. What's up, Keith White? It sounds familiar. But we'll see. Justin Fuente, I say, gets fired before the end of the year. But like I say, right now, kickoff at 1:30 tomorrow. Frank Wainscott's going to his son's game just outside of Cincinnati. Tomorrow, his son's going to play in the 4-wide package and on special teams. So that's very cool. And Wide receivers get hurt all the time, and we don't want to talk about that too much. But in that case, there's a great chance. This sounds familiar from your texts. There's a good chance your son could get more playing time tomorrow. 82 and sunny pretty much all day today. It's going to get a little warmer tomorrow, about 85, 86. Don't know how much I'm going to be on here tomorrow. Hope to be on here some Sunday. No more trash dump of the week. We don't do the trash dump now. We just talk about anybody that could be a trash dump or whatever once in a while. Trevor Bauer could get a 2-year suspension from the league, and he's not even been charged with anything. He has not been charged with anything, folks, and can get a 2-year suspension from MLB. That's Rob Manfred for you. Now, go over here and look at Roger Goodell, and a guy facing 22 possible rape charges or 22 charges of unlawful whatever you did right in front of women anyway, whatever, nudity, whatever. He's done nothing. 0. Who will drop from the top 10 in the first month? Wow. Out of the top 20 will be USC. USC will drop out of the top 25. USC will. Out of the top 10, probably Iowa State. We give them a little more in a month. They're going to have a couple of tough games. But we'll see, though. If they can beat Oklahoma, if they can beat Texas, and tomorrow, like I say Texas gets beat tomorrow. Louisiana Lafayette beats Texas in Texas tomorrow. That could be the messiest loss they've had ever. I realize it's a team that's ranked, but Texas is coming off a season. The delusional Clemson versus Georgia will drop out of the top 10. No. Loser of that game will not. The loser, I meant. No, I don't think so. No. You can lose that game and still be in the top 10. They're 2 top 5 teams, man. They're 2 top 5 teams. One of them's got to lose. They won't fall out of the top 10. I don't think. No. Clemson lose, but if Clemson loses this game, then Sam Howell immediately gets bumped up a little higher even, because Clemson, they don't really. How bad do you think Oklahoma beats Tulane? They should beat them bad. They should beat them up. 30 points. Radler's going to play well tomorrow. He'll probably get 5 touchdowns, maybe 6. He'll play out of his mind till he's playing a defense that's good. When he's playing somebody that's good, maybe Texas, maybe Iowa State, they're going to get beat, though. You wait and see. They will get beat. They always do. But that's the thing about Georgia. That's a sad part about Georgia. They're always a bridesmaid, too. They always get beat. They never go 11-0 or 12-0. They always lose to either Florida or Auburn. Somebody beats them. But I think they beat Clemson. I think they will. Clemson, I think, is a little bit overrated right now. And we'll find out tomorrow. I like ULL against Texas. Yes. I like them big. I think they beat up Texas. I think they go into Texas and beat them up. Yes. Buckeyes did good for not having any career experience for their quarterbacks on the roster. Yeah, they played not to lose, though. If they play like that against better teams, they're going to lose. They were playing Minnesota. They were not playing Wisconsin, Iowa, Indiana, even Penn State, Michigan State. They can't go out there and play like that against those teams. They will capitalize and beat them. I've said all along, I don't think Ohio State goes undefeated this year either. They get beat. somebody beats them this year. I think so. But this year is going to be a conglomerate of a lot of junk. It really is. I think a lot of teams could get beat this year. I think there could be 3 one-loss teams in the playoffs and only one undefeated team. Will Harbaugh have a meltdown? They say he always has a meltdown, but they could still. What is your prediction for Penn State, Wisconsin? I like Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin in this game. I think Wisconsin wins it. Penn State has really not had their quarterback situation right in the last 4 years. They're going to lose, and it's only a matter of time before James Franklin loses his job. I really think so. I really believe that. Was there any other games I didn't catch, guys? Was there any other games I didn't throw your way? They're playing Oklahoma and Tulane in Oklahoma tomorrow. They're playing in Norman. So that's a big advantage for Oklahoma right there. They were supposed to play down in New Orleans. My Cincinnati Bearcats get Miami of Ohio. Cincinnati should win that ball game. I think they'll win that one. Fresno State, I haven't told this one yet. Fresno State goes to Oregon tomorrow. Oregon pounds them. This will be a pounding, 40 points or more. Oregon wins that ball game running away. I've already said about San Jose State. They will scare USC. They're going to scare USC. They're not going to beat them, but they're going to put a scare in them. BYU, Arizona, I like BYU in this ball game. I think BYU is better than virtually any team in the Big 12. Pac-12, I like them. Daphne Younger, yes. Yes, it was. It was a sad situation there. Yeah, she didn't have her head screwed on right. And obviously none of her friends knew she was sitting in that predicament. But it's looking more and more like she may have committed suicide. I have not heard all the details, but it's looking more and more and more that way, like she did indeed do that. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, the Ryder Cup. They are not announcing the teams Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. It is Thursday. Big advantage for somebody like a Patrick Reed. Patrick Reed is just getting over double pneumonia. Double pneumonia. He's getting over it. He has come back to play this week. All I can say is this. If he is able to walk off that golf course and he shoots, I think he started 4 or 5 under. If he shoots under par for the 72 holes this weekend, put the guy on the team. Heart alone, that's what you need. I like it. Florida State, Notre Dame. I like Notre Dame in this ball game. They will be tested. They will get tested. Florida State is a very, very tough team. They're going to get tested though. The Citadel. What happened with them in Coastal Carolina? I have not heard. I did not hear. I know Utah won. I would have definitely picked Coastal Carolina. I don't know who won that game, but I would have picked Coastal Carolina. LSU playing UCLA. LSU may have the 4 quickest linemen in the defensive line in college football. All I'm going to say is this. If you're the UCLA quarterback, you better know how to run and know how to get rid of the football. Minimum 5 sacks tomorrow. You wait and see. UCLA will get sacked often, and it will not be funny. Texas Tech and Houston, go on the over on that one. I don't want to pick that game. Go over. If it's 70 points, go over. Those two teams are going to score, and score. I'm not going to pick that game, though, but I will say over on that one. I like the over big time on that game. Texas Tech, Houston. Who's Nebraska got tomorrow? Who's Nebraska playing? Ba, 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 ba. I do not see. I think Florida State will upset Notre Dame. Bobby Bowden has the best seat for the game. Coastal won big. Um, you know, with Ian gone now, we don't know what they got as far as Notre Dame. And they are playing in the heat tomorrow. They legit could win. You're right. Florida State could win that game. I'm just going on bench and some of the players. I think Notre Dame may have a few better athletes right now, but it's going to be tight. I think they're going to get tested. Uh, Squirrel versus rattlesnake. We know the squirrel wins that one. Um, um, who's Nebraska playing tomorrow? Who's Nebraska got? Have I already said it? I don't think so. I don't have it listed. I got the top 20 up here. I got the top 25, guys. If you want to throw another game up there, you certainly can. If you want to throw another game up here, let me see. Maybe I get a few games up here. College football games tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Army West Point will play Georgia State at noon.
All right. Let's see. Let's see some of the bigger name games here. Stanford. Stanford's going against Kansas State tomorrow. That's going to be a decent ball game. Kansas State's at home. Stanford, though, I'll tell you what, they're going to be a pretty tough team. I like Kansas State in this ball game. Louisiana Monroe against Kentucky. Kentucky is, like I say, they're SEC. I'm hard pressed to go against SEC. I like Kentucky. Fordham at Nebraska. I like Nebraska. Scott Frost, he's on a banana peel as well. Nebraska, yeah, they lost to Illinois a few days ago. They can, if they lose to Fordham, Scott Frost loses his job Sunday. If they lose to Fordham at home, Scott Frost will be fired probably Saturday night because this is a noon start tomorrow. He will get fired. Western Michigan at Michigan. Michigan should walk away with that one pretty big. Let's see who else we got here. West Virginia at Maryland. Hurts me to say it. West Virginia will walk all over Maryland, stomp a mud hole in them, and then stomp it dry. I like West Virginia big in that ball game against Maryland. They will beat them, and they will beat them up. Marshall against Navy. Navy's not been the same the last couple of years. I like Marshall in that ball game. They're traveling up to Annapolis. I don't care. I'll even in a mud hole, I like Marshall better there. Let's see who else. Campbell, the Camels. Camels heading to Liberty tomorrow. Liberty, top 25 team as they finished last year. They're still pretty good this year. Liberty wins that ball game. Michigan State Northwestern tonight. Does UCLA not have speed, Rob? They have speed. They always carry. They always got the guys from Southern California, but they do not have the speed I'm talking about for LSU is up front. Big guys, 300-pound guys. Oh, yeah, UCLA has good receivers, but they've got to be able to have time to throw the football to them. I don't think they're going to be given that time. I like LSU big in that ball game against UCLA. Michigan State against Northwestern tonight. That's going to be a barn burner right there. Where are they both ranked? Let's see. Wow. 9 o'clock. They wait until 9 to play tonight. Damn. Why don't you wait till the middle of the night to play? They're on ESPN. Northwestern. Look, who wants to play anybody? Their season opener. You don't want to. You do not want to at their house. You don't want to do it. Michigan State cannot be happy about going to Northwestern to start the season. Michigan State's probably a little bit better team. I don't know. I have not looked into their players this year. Man, oh man, I'll tell you, tough one. And Northwestern's been getting better and better over the last few years. But I'm going to take Michigan State in this ball game. I'm going to by the littlest of margins. If this is a 2-3 point game, do not touch it with a stick. I don't like it at all. Ole Miss over Louisville. Oh man, you know what? I think so. Ole Miss, go over in that total. Go over in that game. Okay. Ole Miss, is that Lane Kiffin's team? Frank, Ole Miss, is that Lane Kiffin's team? If that's the case, play the over. Play the over. Who, in your honest opinion, are the top 4 college football players of all time? Oh man, goodness. Wow, college football players of all time. Well, Tim Tebow's on that list. He's got to be. Yes, play the over. Play the over. Don't worry about picking a winner. I like Ole Miss, but play the over. They're going to score. My goodness. I mean, you got to put Archie Griffin, 2-time Heisman Trophy winner. I'll probably put Tim Tebow, like I say, up there too. Herschel Walker, and man, I don't know. You guys help me out there. I'm probably missing somebody that's obvious, some Mr. Obvious out there, but Herschel Walker, Tim Tebow, Archie Griffin, Barry Sanders, maybe Barry Sanders, maybe so. Yeah. Wisconsin had some cool running backs that ran for 2,000 yards years ago too. Who's going to be the best non-Power 5 school this year? Wow. BYU. Non-5. Will it be BYU? Should be probably. Is Notre Dame considered Power 5? They are they're independent, I think. Probably Notre Dame. Rutgers or Temple. Rutgers has had a couple tough years. This is their time to come back. I think they got some sophomores and juniors coming up this year, ready to play. Rutgers. I like Rutgers against Temple. Anthony Davis of UFC from his 70s. Maybe so. There's so many we could choose from. So many players that we could pick. But like I say, if you win 2-3 national championships or 2 or 3 Heismans, how are you not up there? And that's what I go by. So many good players, man. I tell you what, so many good players. All right. It is 7 o'clock here on the East Coast. Dodgers versus Giants this weekend. Yep. Dodgers take 2 and leave their 1 game up. Start the end of the season. I still say the Dodgers win that division. Phillies 6 in a row. Last night they were down to oh no, they lost last night, didn't they? Did Phillies lose last night? Yeah. No, they didn't. Phillies won last night. That's right. Phillies were played yesterday. They played the Nats. They were down 6-0. Come back and win 7-6. 6 more days till the NFL begins. Yep. And look, do not be disturbed. Do not be distressed if America's team, the Cowboys, beat the Buccaneers in week 1. The Buccaneers are not a week 1, week 2, week 3 team. They are a week 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 team. Do not be distressed. Do not go out here calling from Tom Brady's head if they lose game 1. I don't think they will, but don't be distressed if they are. Both teams are healthy right now. The Buccaneers are going to play, and they're going to play, and they'll eventually get in their rhythm, and then they're going to win 13 games, 12 games, whatever they're going to do. They'll make it to the playoffs. Then they'll be playing. Then they'll play. But the Cowboys, you're going to have people putting them in the Super Bowl if they win Thursday night. Don't. Can't go by week 1 in the NFL. Yeah, you can't go by week 1 in the NFL. You can't. But you're going to have Cowboys fans putting them in the Super Bowl if they beat Tampa in week 1. And then the rest of the year, well, don't forget they did beat them in week 1. It could happen. Don't even worry about it. If you're a Tampa fan, don't stress it. It could easily happen. Tom Brady is not sitting at home right now worried about the Cowboys. Trust me. He's looking and seeing what he can do to beat the Cowboys, but he's not sitting there worried about them in the playoffs this year going to be playing against them because, trust me, even if they went to Texas Stadium, Dallas, whatever you call it, the stadium, Dallas, the Cowboys Stadium, they'll go in there and cream them in the postseason. So they're not, trust me, they're not worried about this game 1. And easily the Cowboys can win it. Cowboys are a talented team, but they're not as good as that team. And it's just the way they come out of the gate. They just do not come out with their nostrils blaring. They don't. Arians just needs to avoid being an asshat towards Brady. Yeah, that's it. Brady just needs. Yeah. Do you think the Reds or Padres get the NL wild card number 2 spot? I like the Reds. I think the Padres are toast. I really do. I think the Padres are toast. How many wins do you think the 49ers honestly get this year? Depends. Who's their starting quarterback week 1? Is it the kid or is it Garoppolo? If Garoppolo starts early in the season, they're going to win some games. But if Trey Lance starts from week 1 and goes all the way through, they're not going to have a winning season. Oh, yeah. Tony Romo. Tony Romo has to be the biggest idiot in the world. He came out publicly yesterday and said the kid from the Jets, by the end of the season, within 3 years, that's what he said. Within 3 years, he's going to be a top 3 quarterback in the league. He is saying the kid from BYU that went to the Jets will be a top 3 quarterback in this league. Now, let me tell you right now, to be a top 3 quarterback in this league, you've got to win. And with that roster right now, I know I hear people in the chat all the time saying they could go 500. They're not going 500. They got to play the Patriots twice. They've got to play Miami twice. They got to play Buffalo twice. That's 6 games right there, and 5 of them they're probably not going to win. Miami's straight up against them. I like Miami or in New York. I like New England with what they've got against the Jets. I like Buffalo against the Jets. Zach Wilson will not be a top 3 quarterback ever in his career unless he is out of New York, and that's not going to happen. So just look. 10-7 for the 49ers. Garoppolo starts. Something like that, maybe. If Trey Lance starts, under 500. Wow. Hokies up 14-0. I don't know what they put in the water, but I do know it's a beautiful night outside. Me and my wife are going to head out the door. We're going to come back, watch some Phillies baseball, maybe watch some Virginia Tech football. So we'll see what happens. See you all maybe tomorrow, but definitely for Sunday. God bless. Have a great evening. Don't forget my pick of the week. LSU beats UCLA big. They beat them big. Alabama will squeak by Miami. They will win. In Georgia, Georgia will beat Clemson, but not by a lot. Maybe only a field goal, but they will win, I think. Have a good one. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.